Okay, we just did one before. We did it, the one prior it was 1 over n, and the other factor at the bottom would be, the last one was n plus 1, now it's n plus 2. So it's slightly different, but not substantially so. All right, this is a little bit different over here. So again, it's really the same story, partial fraction. Let's put it down. And we're going to get 1 over n plus 2. This equals, let's see, a, I don't know, over n plus b, I don't know what that is, over n plus 2. Clear the fraction. You get 1, a, n plus 2, plus bn. I would pick an easy n. For example, n equals 0 is easy. And what do you get? Well, that's easy. It looks like a is just 1/2. All right? Now, if I chose n to be equal to minus 2 would be a good choice, right? What would I get over there? Well, it would be pretty easy too. B equals minus 1/2. So I could write this partial fraction down as, let's see, 1/2, and then I would write down what? It would be 1 over n minus 1 over n plus 2. All right? Now, by the way, I want to remind you, when I did the last one, it wasn't this one. The last one I did was this one over here. And what do we got there? We got 1 over n minus 1 over n plus 1, right? Now, they kind of look similar. Now, there is a difference over here. I want to point out the differences. The difference is this thing over here, right? So I'm gonna make it look like that one by doing this over here, okay? So I'm going to say that looks like a pattern at this point, but we don't know that yet. I guess we could explore it more. I'm just going to start to erase this business over here. I'm done with this. Pretty simple. I'm done with this as well. It's from the prior. And I want to write down the sum. And I want to write down Sn. All right? So S, uppercase N, is equal to the sum, n equals 1 to big N, of 1 over n plus 2. And this is the same thing as, well, let's write this down. It's going to be the sum, n equals 1 to n, 1/2, 1 over n, big N, little n, right? This little n, minus 1 over little n plus 2. And I'm going to see if I can write that down. All right, let's take a look at that. It's 1/2. And I'm going to write the first term down. Write this guy first. And I would get, let's see, 1 over 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3 plus yada, yada, yada. And I would end up at 1 over big N. Now let's write the second term down. And the second term is this guy over here, subtraction problem. Write that down now. That's going to be minus, well, I'm starting at 1, so it's, let's see, that would be 3 then, right? So it's minus 1/3, minus yada, yada, yada. I'd eventually get the 1 over big N, and then it would be minus 1 over big N plus 1 minus 1 over big N plus 2. So I'm going to say it looks like a pretty simple sum because a lot of things disappear there. Let's write it down. It's 1/2, and it's going to be, let's see, 1 over 1, which is 1, plus 1/2, plus 1/3. Oh, not plus 1/3. The 1/3 disappeared, right? I can't write that down. And then what do you get in the end? You get, let's see, minus 1 over n plus 1 minus 1 over n plus 2. So I found the partial sum. And write that down for you. Sn is equal to 1/2, 1 plus 1/2 minus 1 over n plus 1 minus 1 over n plus 2. All right, let me just review with you. We're looking at something in the key, and I want to point out what we're looking at is certainly the steps that we've taken. A little neater, though. But what I'm going to do now is the limit as n goes to infinity. The limit as the big N goes towards infinity of Sn, well, you would get 1/2, 1 plus 1/2, all right? The two terms in the end disappear. So I got what they said I was going to get, and that's right over here, all right? Now, by the way, they write it in a funny way, and I'll point out that, 3/4 is a funny way, They wrote this way over here. So let me tell you what that looks like. That's really 1/2. H2 is really just 1 over 1 plus 1 over 2. All right? So I'm starting to see somewhat of a pattern. After I did the first one, I did the second one, that, things are working out pretty nicely. All right? And so are the partial sums, by the way. They're really working out nicely. All right? You may want to go back and review the first problem to see what we're doing. Thank you.